Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VFG Movie Reviews with your host, Tim Williams.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Review, and this is my review for Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. And yes, I have to call it Guy Ritchie The Covenant, is because there was a movie called The Covenant back out in the day that was about a bunch of vampires. This is definitely not that movie. This movie is about the Afghan war and the translators that went against their own people to help the U.S. take out the Taliban. Now, I don't care what side of the coin you land on. Are you pro-military, against military? Did we fuck up things? Did we not fuck up things? I don't care about that. I care about how damn good this movie was, and this movie was damn good. Jake Gyllenhaal put on an acting clinic in this movie, and it's a shame that very little people were talking about it. Damir Asim playing Amid, man, you feel for him, and the butting of heads between Jake Gyllenhaal's character and Dur Samin's character, it's not a butting of heads in a bad way. It's a butting of heads of coming up with mutual respect and understanding. I know you know more than me. I know more than you. In this realm, you need to follow my lead, especially when it turns out that one of their own soldiers turned on them and sold them out to the Taliban to get them killed. This movie is insanely hard. Jack, one of the characters played by James Nelson Joyce, Jack Jackson, gets killed early on in the movie, and then they go to another site where they find Jack's killer, which was because of a bomb in a truck, and they they kill that dude a lot in their revenge into it. But he was a Taliban, and he's a bad guy. So John Kinney's whole team gets taken out. Whole team. It's down to the translator and him to get back to base and pray not to die. John gets wounded, and Amir... Now, this is based on a true story. So, just a little background on this. The translators, the interpreters, were supposed to be given visas. There was about 3,000 of them. They were supposed to be given visas, taken out of Afghanistan, and able to come to America or go where they wanted to go, for they weren't murdered. The U.S. did not do such a good job about doing that. Because, I mean, again, whatever side you land on, pro-military or against military, pro-government, against government, it's kind of fucked up. We should have protected these people. They were literally going against their own people to help us take out this evil, and we fucked them over. Now, John gets wounded. Amir basically drags him through Afghanistan, Iraq, back to base. And he does everything in his power to not get caught by the Taliban and everything else. And the military does not get him out or anything. Save this man's life. The military does not get him out. So John pretty much gets the visa secured and goes in to get him out. Undercover, basically. So they are on the Taliban's top 10 list. Amid and Sergeant John Kinney, are on the top, number 1 and number 2 to take out. And there's so many beautiful moments between Amid and John Kinney. Even before and after everything goes down. Like John just comes up, Amir's working on a truck, and John comes up and just sits down and recalls back to something he said in the beginning of the movie. And they just have that moment. There are sure a lot of dogs here. And just having that moment and the respect that you came back for me to help me was a beautiful moment. There's a moment at the end of this movie where they finally get rescued, they get pulled out, and Hamid's sitting and looking at his visas on a plane with his wife and kid, and he looks over at John, and they have that moment of, and I got choked up, I'm getting choked up just talking to you about it. They have that moment of, like, thank you. On both sides. You saved my life. I saved yours. It's like, it's that back and forth. And Jake Gyllenhaal, like, sits there for a second, leans his head back. He's basked in this red glow in this plane. And it cuts to the definition. If it does a fade to black, and it goes to the definition of a covenant. And it is absolutely a brilliant, brilliant moment in the film. And if anybody doesn't go, that was just a perfect moment, they're dumb. Because it was absolutely brilliant. You get the understanding of what a covenant is, the bond between those two are. It's amazing. This movie was so good. I'm so sorry nobody really talked about this one because this movie was so goddamn good. Go see it. Buy it on Blu-ray. Then buy it again. And go see it in the theaters again. Do everything to see this movie. It was so brilliant and so good. I absolutely loved it. Where does this lie on my 5-star review scale? The story is a 4. The cinematography is absolutely brilliant in this movie, and it is a 4. The characters are a 4. The design of this movie is absolutely brilliant, and it is a 4. And this movie is a 4. And brilliant. Just fucking brilliant of a film. I absolutely loved it. Let me know down below, did you see Guy Ritchie's The Covenant? He's just been knocking it out of the park with Project Fortune, and then this one. Give us a thumbs up, a like, and a subscribe. I'd sure appreciate it, guys. Thank you so very much. I will see you in our next review.